Wasn't sure if I was live or not. I'm the author of Sweet Maple, the creator of DIY, Simple DIY Kombucha, and I am the owner of SoullyRoasted.com, where I have been writing for years all about simple living and homesteading and a lot of gardening. So today I am showing you my seedling setup. I am on my YouTube channel often with more curated videos, but I'm trying to do more lives as well. Throughout the sugar season, we talked every day, and not every day, every week, about something sugaring related. Sugar season has just wrapped up here in New England. It's early April, and a sugar maker's mind starts turning to the garden if you, like me, like to grow your own food, not just your own sugar. So I thought I would show you my seedling setup. First of all, I want to tell you, I have been gardening my entire life. Since I can remember, I've been digging in the dirt beside my dad. And I have never once, until this year, had anything even remotely close to a professional kind of setup for my seedlings. Something I've wanted for a long time, but I've always just made do. I'm upstairs in a bathroom because this is where some of our seedlings are, but this used to be my only area for seedlings. We have nice deep windows in this old house, so I have a nice large window ledge here with great sun exposure. This was one place I would always set my seedlings. I would set up benches around this bathroom and I'd use the counter space, and my daughter Kayla and I would just plant our seedlings and cover the bathroom with it, and we would rotate them, giving them turns every day of the direct sunlight, and then hope that the ones over on the counter would get enough light. That's just the way we did it. It's what I had to work with. But now, in fact, let me turn this around. I thought I would show you. I have a couple setups that are new to me this year, and I'm really loving them. This one is intended for exactly this purpose. It's a really nice size. It's compact, so it's easy to fit on our little counter area here. And I love the easily adjustable height of the light. This is one tip I want to give you right away if you don't already know. Very important for your seedlings. For the top of the tallest plant, these guys are bordering on being too close actually, but you want the top of your tallest plant to be an inch below the light source. This is the biggest mistake. I've talked to a few professionals about this, and this is the biggest mistake that most people make. And the main reason is people just don't know. But the second reason I'm finding, even though I know, it's still hard. It's really hard to situate things just the right height for each different container and different plant. But ideally, if you can, you want the top of the plant 1 inch below your light source. That's because there's really no other way to even come close to replicating the heat of the sun. Second tip I want to give you is to create a greenhouse kind of effect whenever possible. So 2 of my seedlings, I think this is my peppers. Let me see, I labeled it here. Yes, peppers. 2 of them obviously have come up. I think I planted 4 or 5 in this pot. So the other ones I don't see sprouting yet. So I keep that part of the pot covered. Before any seedlings were up, I kept the entire pot covered, just like these guys right here. Second tip I want to give you, let me turn you back around. Prop you over here. Second tip I want to give you is use a spray bottle, because, let me stand, if I get this, there we go. Use a spray bottle, because if you get a watering can and pour your water on those seeds you just planted, the seeds are going to get dislodged and they're going to get flooded out. So that's a big no-no. I do use this once my plants get taller, of course, because it's a lot easier. But when you have seeds, you want to use a watering can. And you want to use warm water. That combined with the plastic covering is going to give you the best, most green-like situation for your plants to start germinating. So these are all the seeds that haven't yet sprouted or have just started to sprout. Over here is my other setup. Now, I have seen so many people do this with lights that are on a chain that dangle below the shelf. And you can adjust the height of the chain as your plants grow. But Bill didn't feel like the hassle of that and didn't really have the time. So he said, I'm just going to lay your lights on top of your shelf. Will this work? I said, well, I'll make it work. But then it dawned on me, I actually like this setup a whole lot better, because if it was dangling and I was pulling up the lights, my plants are at all different heights. And I think it would be harder to get the light hanging diagonal, just right, than it is to use a base that I can adjust. So I have these boards that I'm taking out as certain plants get taller. So these plants are much taller than these plants. So I separate them by height and I put them on top of the right amount of boards. And then over here, so this would be my medium height plants, and then over here I have my tallest plants. They don't have any boards under them at all. So that's really working well for me. And it turns out it was okay that he didn't have time to give me the chains I was hoping for. Let me show you a few other things. So whenever possible, if you can get some sort of a heavy-duty plastic tray that's going to hold your plants, you can easily take them in and out for watering. My watering can is over there. Let me go get that, because these guys, I am simply using a watering can. I'm still using warm water whenever I can, just because it gives them that extra boost. So I just put some warm water in this. And now, let me turn this back around. I can just give them all a little bit of water. I prefer to do this 3 times a day if I'm going to be here and I'm able, and then I just give them a little bit. Don't need to soak them because they'll be getting more soon. Another tip I want to give you is to give them gentle tension or gentle a brush across them often whenever you can, because that simple little thing is building up the strength of your seedling. So when it's time for it to go out into the ground where it's going to have wind and other obstacles, it's going to be stronger. And of course, just the mere fact of taking it in and out of here, these plants are also hitting the shelving a little bit, so that's also perfectly fine and actually good for them. I have another setup here where these guys, I didn't have room over there for them, so they're over here, and these guys haven't all sprouted. Let me see if, oh yeah, look, one's coming up. Yay! So I'm keeping the saran wrap over the areas where the seeds haven't yet sprouted. And again, I'm using the warm water, and that's helping them to germinate a little bit faster. I would rather these guys be as far along as these, but I didn't have the seeds, and I also just didn't allow the time that I should have. These guys soon, you can see this pot is really full. Soon I'm going to be separating these, giving them their own containers like this, and then I'm going to be out of space for them, but I'll figure it out when the time comes. Oh, and these, let me tell you about these. Turn this back around. These are a tower system that I'm really excited about. Whoops. Let's see if I can prop this correctly here. It's not going to work. Okay. I am excited about this. It's called Green Stalk. And, oh, my battery's running low. Okay. I had never heard of these until just recently, but I love it. It's a 5-tier system, and I'm going to put these 5 sections all together. So I have a nice tall tower. I'm going to water the top of it all summer long, just one watering, and it has a fantastic watering system that makes sure they get equal water to every level. I really love the design. It's a family-owned company, and it's their own unique design, and it really looks like it's going to work really, really well. So I'm excited. I have planted a ton of primarily herbs that I can keep right outside of my kitchen. I don't have a place for a kitchen garden, and I have to go all the way down to our big garden, which is quite a hike here, just to get some herbs for dinner. So I'm really excited to have this tower that's going to serve as a kitchen garden. And I decided I would plant my seeds right in the sections because this is going to give them a little bit of a head start. They're not going to have any deterrent when I transplant them. I could definitely have put the seeds in little pots and then transplanted them into this when it was time for this to go outside. But I'm hoping this might help them have a week or two boost without any delay. That's what I'm hoping. So I don't have my spray bottle. I left that over there too. I am spraying these with warm water. I've been thinking about getting some saran wrap to cover each section. The seeds are in one of 6 pockets here. I do, as I've been done with saran wrap on other plants, I've just been laying it on these, but obviously I don't have them all covered. I got these really cheap couple dollar trays at the local seed store, and I love, it's working really well that I can just turn, well, I'm not going to be able to do it while I'm holding the phone. I can really easily just turn these guys to water them. So they just, you know, really nice little smooth turn. I labeled what's in them, but I only labeled one section, so I know where I start my watering and I know where to stop my watering, and it's working really well. So hopefully, these I was not able to get as close to the light as I would like, because then I wouldn't be able to access them to spray and water them 3 times a day. So that's why I'm thinking about getting them covered with saran wrap, and that will help. But I actually am excited too. The company offered me a special for you guys. I will leave information in the comments of a great coupon if you're interested in finding out more about this really cool garden stock tower. And I will also leave information about the other setup in the other room where I got that. Another great company, and I really like that setup as well. So let me know if you have comments, or let me know if you have questions in the comments. And please hit the like button and hit the subscribe button, because that will help me tremendously just to grow my little channel here. I hope everything is fantastic in your neck of the woods. Get out there and plant some seedlings. Except I can't figure out why this isn't going off. You know, I had this great little end segue, and then I'm just standing here staring at my phone. Okay, let's see. Why is it not going off? I'm hitting the end button. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Yes. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.